Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm a little welcome back to my YouTube channel though. I'm still deciding if I want to make this a podcast slash video. Speaking of podcasts, definitely go check out those last two episodes of Let Me Relax. The last one I just did was requested by an old high school friend. She wanted to know my take on white privilege, light skin privilege, and mixed privilege within the Black community. And I mean, well, white privilege within the white community, but how it affects Black people, all that stuff. So, with that being said, today's video is about Candace Owens. Yup, we're going there. Now, this is not a bashing video. This is a constructive criticism video. If you came here to see a Black man bash Candace Owens, you're gonna have to watch one of your other favorite YouTubers. That's not me. I'm here to be constructive. She said some things that I can't agree with, and she said some things that I wholeheartedly disagree with. With that being said, yeah, if you came here to watch her get bashed, you're going to have to go to somebody else's video. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. First off, I want to say Candace Owens, she's a very pretty woman. She is. Very beautiful lady. Well-spoken, articulate. She's very ahead in her life for being only 31 years old. She graduated from Stamford, Connecticut, and she went as undergraduate for, I can't remember the name of the high school. I should have wrote it down. Oh, by the way, I have notes. I'm on my Kimberly Foster for Harriet shit. So, at any rate, can't remember what high school she went to, but nonetheless, she was, or not high school, but what college she went undergrad, but she didn't finish anyways. Not shading her, just, saying it's irrelevant for this video. So at any rate, she was raised by her grandparents after her parents divorced. She was anti-Republican until backlash from the launch of her site, Social Autopsy. And she said that the backlash was from progressives and Democrats. And there was really not a lot of evidence to support that. But nonetheless, the point of the website, not to, go in too long on it, but the point of the website was to reveal, I guess, people who would, troll people and harass people anonymously. And it met a lot of backlash because, I mean, the internet is full of trolls. I thought the concept wasn't necessarily bad. I feel like if you should be able to dish it, you should take it. And however, people backlash, gave her a lot of backlash for it, and also in turn doxed her, which further proves her point that a site like that wouldn't be too bad. Now, for people who make bold stances like me, who hop up on YouTube and make bold stances, or who say bold shit on their social media, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who talk shit and their Instagram is on private, or they have no avatar, they have 2 followers, no avatar, and they pop shit on every damn tweet they tweet. I think, yeah, we should be able to know who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an even playing field. But that's just personally how I felt. So, 1 point for Candace. I give her that. At any rate, moving on to the video, now that we've gotten some personal facts out of the way, I just didn't want to come on just straight up, breaking down everything that she said. So, for those who don't know, real quick, she did make a video about George Floyd. And she said, basically, we need to stop. We're making him a martyr, and he was not that. And y'all are idolizing the bottom shelf of Black people. What you saying? The bottom of the barrel, basically. So that was pretty much the gist of her rant. I will try to remember to leave the link down below for the video that I watched, because I think somebody said I was in Chrissy, the Pink Pill, and who's Chrislyn, and Kendall S's live earlier. Chrissy, threw a live or had a live StreamYard with the 2 of them earlier, which was surprising due to their history. But nonetheless, it was nice to see them come together, be able to find mutual ground and talk about the shit. And she basically gave them the floor to have the platform to talk about it. And Candace Owens did come up in the comment section. So I think that Kendall said the video was 18 minutes long. I didn't watch all that. I watched the 9-10 minute video of that. So I'm not sure. I might be missing some of the context, but from the George Floyd part, I think that was all the stuff. Because she went from an officer that died into George Floyd, and it finished out with, that's all I got to say. So maybe I missed a few minutes. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, My first issue with what she said on the video, did he deserve to die in that manner? Now, I'm a big person on, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And yes, people do slip up. Freudian slip of the tongue is a thing. However, she said it multiple times. So it's like when you're speaking to a white person and they say colored in 2020 multiple times. It's like, okay, I gave you the first slip, possibly. I gave you the first pass, but the fuck? You're still saying it. Moving on from there, she said also police brutality is not real. And she's right about that. It's not real because it's called murder. It's called cold-blooded murder. I am going to try my best to not say police brutality anymore. I believe it's just a term that literally desensitizes police abuse against black people. So I'm not going to say it. It's just cold-blooded murder. Now, also on her statistics, I like to see the receipts. Now, me, I am a person, I don't really deal much in statistics because statistics can be manipulated. And I'm not one of those people that believes that the world is all good. So I believe people are just like how, like when even in politics, people will swear up and down, oh, they're pro-life, no abortion, even though you ain't finna sit here and raise these damn kids and provide this person money. They may not have the money to do it. They might have just slipped up, got horny, fucked up, and now there's a kid that may be on the way. But you don't have money to go ahead and fund this child. This person may not have it. And if you ain't finna put no money up, if you ain't gonna put up, then shut up. But at any rate, they'll be pro-abortion, or not, no, anti-abortion, but pro-death sentence. And it's like, if you're pro-life, you're pro-life. Like, there's no middle ground for me on that specific stance. So I don't really get into politics much on here, which is why I was kind of iffy about doing this video about her. But I just want to take it from the stance of Candace. So any party can watch this. But with that being said, I don't really do statistics. People are going to bend stuff however they need to do it. And there's 8 billion people plus on Earth. And out of America, I don't know how much of the portion we hold of that population, but you just can't go around and survey everybody. And there are different situations. It's just, statistics are situational. I don't really go for those. Certain ones, yeah. But the ones that she was spurting out, I would need to see receipts for that. Nonetheless, moving on to a couple key points that she made. Now, she stated that black people campaign and celebrate the bottom shelf, with bottom of the barrel, let me say that, of black people. Now, in particular, I will take this a step further because this came up in the live with Chrissy, the Pink Pill, and Kendall. And it's really the bottom barrel of the barrel black men. That's really it. Like, we will at any chance deify, especially if they die. And that's why, well, that's another point that I was going to get into. But we can just go ahead and say it. My next point was, I don't think everyone is deifying George. I don't think everybody at large is coming together and saying, this angel didn't deserve this, da, da, da. I don't see much of that. Somebody died. People are going to grieve. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think everyone is deifying him. Now, black people do deify death. We really do, to a point of fault. We'll sit here and make up these false equivalencies of how you shouldn't talk about people when they're dead. Meanwhile, your textbook is Hitler, Abraham. And that's not to say that, like, for instance, Kobe Bryant, he recently passed. That's not to compare him to them. But that's just saying, if we're going to talk about people when they die, nobody's off limits. It doesn't matter. I don't care what they meant to you. You know what I'm saying? If they fucked up when they were alive, people have the right to talk about it. Now I do feel like if you were, quiet as a church mouse when they were alive, you shouldn't be so loud when they died. I do feel like that. But at the end of the day, people are going to do shitty things. They are. So with that being said, going back to what she said about us celebrating the bottom of the shelf, or the bottom of the barrel, I do feel like we do that. And it's specifically with black men. You see it all the time. Like, you even had niggas defending Stephon Clark. The same niggas who was downing your features. He was downing what you look like and allowing his Asian wife to do the same. But y'all want to defend him. And, oh, he was so young. He was going to get it together. Wasn't he like 25? Like, I understand everybody matures at a different age. Or at different ages. Everybody has different stages at different ages. But that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. You 25. You have a child. It's time to grow the fuck up. You have multiple kids. If I'm not mistaken, he had like 3. And then y'all want me to look funny-eyed at black women when they say, oh, we're not gonna march for him. Let Ming Lee march for him. His little Asian wife. Let the Asian community march for him. Y'all already pushing it with the multiple interracial relationships, but then you want to go and bash the same people that helped you get up to the point to where you could pull. Well, some of y'all could pull an interracial relationship because some of y'all just get the bottom of the barrel of white women. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. At any rate, we do this to a point to where with the campaigning and celebrating the bottom of the barrel black men, it's almost to the point of like no child left behind act. No black men left behind act. That's literally what we do. It doesn't matter what he did in his past. We don't care that Fabulous is knocking out Emily B. teeth every other day. We don't care what Dr. Dre did to, can't remember her name. But we don't care about any of that. We don't care that Kanye West was pro-Trump and loud with the shit. We don't care loud with the shits. We don't care nothing about that. We don't care about all the cooning and buffooning he did. But yet we were so quick to cancel Chrisette Michele and tell her that her abortion didn't matter and all this other foul shit. Which is why I say it's only black men. Black women aren't awarded that same thing. When something happens to a black woman, especially by cold-blooded murder, because we're not using the P word, cold-blooded murder, when it happens to them, we say, oh, well, what did she do to earn it? But you can't question the same on the flip side. You'll get backlash on backlash. At any rate, blacklash. So at any rate, my next bulletin point was she completely brushed aside the innocent lives with her statement. We are talking about criminals. When police brutality is not about black men who are criminals. And like George Floyd has a past. He has a criminalistic past. But in this moment, his $20 check bounced. That was it. Or counterfeit money, whatever the situation was. That was it. He was outside minding his business. Now, if they found drugs on him, detain him, do whatever you need to do. Or just treat him like a white boy and just take the drugs away and give him a slap on the wrist. Whichever one you want to do. But I don't think it warranted that outcome. Can't say the same for her because she said he didn't deserve to die in that manner multiple times. But at any rate, we aren't talking about that. Like y'all give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, y'all. Mucus came up and y'all know that's a sign of corona and we ain't playing that shit. So at any rate, back to what I was saying. Like I said, most of the I'd be willing to say most of the Black Lives Matter cases that I have seen, black people just being killed by the police for no fucking reason, they may have a criminalistic past. Or maybe in that moment they weren't, no, I wouldn't even say that. They may have a criminalistic past. Tamir Rice did not though. Insert numerous names. Breonna Taylor, she was sleeping in her fucking house. That's a crime now to sleep in your fucking house? No, what's a crime is forceful entry. Just banging on somebody's shit and knocking their shit down and shooting their ass while they fucking sleep. That's a fucking crime. So for her to say that, it was really ignorant. I'm trying to take the bass out my voice because we're trying to be logical, not emotional. But with that being said, I felt like that was ignorant to say that. Again, I don't agree with her statement of statistics. She even said it doesn't matter that there are more white people than black people proportionately in population. We're talking about criminals. That didn't matter. Like I said, statistics ain't really for me. But as I just pointed out, most of the people who are part of the Black Lives Matter lives that we celebrate that have passed away due to cold-blooded murder isn't because, or they may have a criminalistic past, but they are not criminals. They weren't doing criminal activity the moment that they died. So again, I don't agree with that. On to her statement about some police are power tripping jerks. Oh, that was so cute. Kimberly Foster wrapped it up in a nice bow for me, how I feel about the good cop, bad cop situation. And I do have to bring that up because she brought it up later. And the era, well, we can go into that first. The era of comparison, her comparison with the doctors that end up accidentally killing people, and her saying, we don't riot for the doctors, is because the doctors, well, the healthcare field can be racist at times. They cannot take black people seriously when we're saying, oh, we have these situations going on, or they may let certain shit slide when they're doing exams, whatever the situation is. There's racial indoctrination even within the healthcare system. Yes, there is. Do your research on it. We're here to talk about Candace. But it's not as blatant as the racism that the whole judicial system, police involved or included, is what was I saying? Oh yeah. It's not as obvious. Like the whole system was never made for us to survive. It wasn't. Racism is structural. It's not just as simple as I don't like these niggers. It's not that fucking simple. It's structural. It's a structural construct. It's a systematic thing. It's woven in multiple parts of our lives. And some people only know the police portion of it, but it's deeper than that. It is deeper than that. So with that being said, these people are not put here to protect us in the first place. But to call murderers power tripping jerks, I thought that was laughable. A power tripping jerk sticks his foot out when you're walking by. And, you know, once you fall down on the ground, even in the terms of being a cop, he might rub his badge and look down at you like he didn't do anything. That would be a power tripping jerk. A power tripping jerk is not a man putting his knee on your neck for 9 minutes long. But you know, he didn't deserve to die in that manner. But at any rate, moving on from there, I also want to know, how is she going to tell us how to deal with police brutality? Candace, when have you dealt with police brutality? You are the token black. I don't know if she knows this. I'm not going to go as far to call her a coon, because I do agree with some of her ideologies. But you're the token black, baby. And then also, even if you're not the token black, on or off, because when they pull you over, they don't know that shit. But have you dealt with police brutality? She's had a successful dealing with the judicial system. For those who don't know, back in 2005, 2008, back when she was in high school, 3 classmates left her hateful, racist messages. She sued all of them, and I think she got a settlement upwards of like $37,000. And finalized in 2008. So the system has worked well for you, Candace. So I don't see, and that's what my stance was on social media. I can't tell these people how to react when they getting shot with rubber bullets and which aren't really even rubber, but they're getting shot with fucking rubber bullets and tear gas in the face. I can't tell you how to react because I'm not on the front lines. I'm not even doing peaceful protests. My city has had protests. I watch people donate and do all that stuff. I'm not going out there though. I, as a black man, I'm not putting myself in that predicament. I can donate in other ways. And I feel like as long as I'm doing something, I'm doing well enough. Now, I'm still waiting to see where Tariq Nasheed and Umar is at. But at any rate, let me relax. We ain't here for that. Quiet as a church mouse. Let me relax. It's that damn drink, y'all. It is, I promise. But at any rate, back to what I was saying. So I'm not at liberty to tell you how to feel. And also keep in mind, some of these people that are protesting and rioting, some of them are just bored. They are really fucking bored. Now, I feel like Black Lives Matter is such a big message. Black people being treated as equals is such a big message. At this point, we don't have time to be picky with who is genuinely here and who's not. I don't care if you're bored in the house of COVID. I don't care if you have we don't have time. We can't be picky. We can't be picky. We do need white people's help if we're going to take down the system of supremacy, or if we're going to even move towards that goal. We need their help. We do. And we also need to do some in-house cleaning as well. And sad, I don't foresee us doing that anytime soon. Sadly, a lot of us are divested in our individual success versus actually caring about the community and actually talking about colorism and featureism and all that stuff. And yeah, they're not the most binding parts of the community, but if we're talking about mental health and you have a group of black people who feel ugly because of what they've been told by some of their own people, in fact, they already got white media shoving it down their throats, but they feel ugly because of what their own people have told them as well. That falls in line with mental health. That can create issues within mental health. So while y'all screaming mental health and awareness, something to think about. At any rate. But yeah, I'm not telling people how to deal with police brutality. And also, cold-blooded murder. And also, some of these people who's looting, they're poor. They're poor. We've been in Corona for fucking months. They haven't worked. They're seizing the opportunity to get some shit that they probably couldn't afford. And that's not just black people looting. So let's not try to paint it all as black people looting. So at any rate, that's my thoughts on that. Now, I will give her the accountability stance, but the rhetoric is a no. The rhetoric is a no. I'm trying to remember what the fuck point that she made. But as far as black people not being the best at taking accountability, I can definitely say that is true. That is true. That is something that we can work on. I feel like people in general can work on that, but black people in particular, we can work on that. We can definitely work on that. I'm trying to think what was the rhetoric that she was using. Oh, she was spurting that same black on black crime narrative. And I just don't, when people say that, I don't have time, energy for those conversations. As if every other race is not killing their own. I don't have energy for that. Now, when we start saying white on white crime and Latino on Latino crime and Asian on Asian crime, if we want to say all of it, that's fine. That's fine. We can all lives matter that shit. But I just don't. The minute you say that, I'm already halfway tuned out of the conversation. I don't have energy for that. Propaganda. It's no different than the term police brutality. They serve different purposes, but they're one is put there to desensitize and one is put there to heighten a stereotype. Not all black people are out here killing each other. Now, we could do a bit better at accountability and, you know, everything that's going on within our community, but not all of us out here killing each other. I just don't do the black on black crime bullshit. Also, she obviously didn't look into Meek Mill's case with the comment that she made about us uplifting him. I watched his special on, was it Amazon? Amazon, Hulu? One of them. I watched his special, though, and he was really just dealt a bad hand. He really was. Now, that's not to say that he probably hasn't done some nefarious stuff on his own, some criminal shit on his own. But in that situation, he was wrong by the system. If that's what, the truth is what happened based on, and the judge didn't come out with her own special. But I've seen her say questionable shit in public. I've seen him do his documentary on it. I have to side with him as far as that. Now, there's other things that Meek Mill do that I just can't. We're not here to talk about that. So she obviously didn't look too deep into that. That wouldn't have been her key example. So I was shocked to hear her mention him. I also don't care about the perception in response to her saying when she goes on these random track group or when you go online and see anonymous comments from white people, which if they're anonymous, I don't know how you know they're white. But I also don't care about the comments of anonymous offspring of slave owners. Sorry, I had to look that up. That was a good read. But yeah, I don't care about the perception that black people bring to anonymous offspring of slave owners. I don't really care how any other race views this. I don't think that's how you should move in life. I do think we should have a sense of self-care and self-appearance and self-preservation, but I don't personally care what every other person thinks of black people. That's not my business. So I don't really care about that. So her bringing that up didn't do much of anything for me. She also brought up Ben Carson and Kanye West. Now, I'm not gonna knock Ben Carson for his achievements. Neither will I knock Kanye West. But the thing people have to understand is when you take a stance with someone that is against a certain group of people, those people don't have to sit there and take it lying down. It wasn't so much about the conservative part of the Republican part, at least not for me. It was the part of what Trump represents as a whole. And it's anti-black. It's really is anything that's not anti-rich. So, but anti-black is a part of it. Just because he dates black women, I don't care about that. There's a whole history of people sexualizing black women. So he really might not even be dating him. He might just be fucking them on the side. I mean, Melania doesn't even seem that she lives in the house. So maybe, who knows? I don't know what's going on in there. But nonetheless, just because he's fucking black women, that doesn't absolve him from being racist. I seen somebody put that on a meme the other day. And that was the first thing that they said in saying that he was the most anti-racist president we've ever had. Ask the people in Puerto Rico who got toilet paper thrown at them. Ask them how they feel about that statement. But at any rate, nobody's going to take away from their achievements. But when you take a certain political stance, especially with somebody with a dangerous rap sheet as long as Trump's, people are going to have their own opinions about it. And let's keep it real. Ben Carson, there's a whole another section of why Ben Carson and Kanye West can't be comparable in that. Because Ben Carson, he's the lame nigga. Let's just keep it real. He's the lame Negro. He's the nerd. Black men aren't really going to rush to his defense. And black people in general. However, like he's probably not going to be the first choice for black women because they're conditioned to go date the thugs. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But Kanye West is still around. Black people have not wholeheartedly canceled Kanye West. So, a lot of her comments tell me how in and out of touch she is with the black community specifically. It seems like she approaches stuff from public perception more than the actual community. That is about the looting, and I already told y'all about that. Since comment that she made, because she made a comment about you're not going to convince me that taking a TV is because of George Floyd, which I agree with that. I do agree with that. But like I said, I don't even think that so much has to do with the protesting. I think that just has to do with a lot of chaos is going on right now. People are broke. They've been stuck in the house. Unemployment. A lot of people aren't getting the unemployment that they applied for because they had to leave their job. Because of this pandemic that the president already knew about, and we could have been taking preemptive measures, but that's who she represents. So at any rate, I love doing that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I know this video was a little longer than my last video, or last podcast. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think down below about Candace Owens and what she had to say on George Floyd. Also, what do y'all think about what has came out now about George Floyd? Yeah, I will get back to y'all on the next video. That's really all I have to say. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Out in them Rona streets. Out in them riot streets. Okay, let me relax. At any rate, bye y'all.